Final race then, race number 10 is a Class 3 contest, 1,400 metres to finish what should be a fantastic day's racing, headed by Flying Thunder. He's actually got a Derby entry as well. Frankie Law carries the 8th on debut behind Grade 1 Monster Cargo, also the Derby entrant. Matchbreaker was his name when he raced in New Zealand, 8th behind King Opie when he had his first start. Kaiying Legend, runner-up behind Music Edition last time out. Ying Yin. Tommy Berry for Frankie Law makes his Hong Kong debut. It's close enough, I think. Smart Leader beaten favourite. Finished last in actual fact last time out. Piggin, 3 out of 6 this season. Grade 1 last start's win over the 1,200 metres here. Down to Starlit Night. All his winning's been done at Happy Valley over the 1,650. He'll jump from barrier 1. He likes to roll forward as well. Grade 1, Relentless Me and Starlit Night have been up at Chung Fa. Brett, you can have a crack at the first starter as well.
I think it's a Xiang.
Xiang
Yin. That's what I'll be going with anyway. I'll double check that before we get, but you weren't far off, Andrew, no doubt about you. Your French is much better though. Picking Kingsfield, I think, will roll forward initially here and set up a reasonable tempo. Alkari can posse up. Starlit Night runs generally towards the lead. Smart Leader really overcooked and over-raced last start, so if he settles better, he could end up 3 back the fence, but a strong enough tempo expected in the final race of the day.
We saw this little piece of track work before with Hard Promise. We're just going to look at the horse at the back here, Kaiying Legend, because I don't think it was bad from him as well. He didn't chase Hard Promise and he was just doing it really nicely behind, and he looked quite relaxed as well. So the blinkers will go on him on race day. Here we go with Alkari. He's working with Flying Murty. He's racing in an earlier race, which I think is a good chance. But Alkari goes nicely here as well. There's no problems with him. He just travels really fluently, and he's an interesting runner coming into this race. And Pickens winning them in a row, isn't he? Here's another piece from him, just 400 metres. He's taken no ill effects from all the racing, and he's doing it well. So he's won 3 of his last 4.
All right, he's our early favourite. We'll come back and look at him in a moment. Good ride in the final race here for Hugh Bowman. He's picked up the ride on Kaiying Legend, who chased home Music Edition last time out, who's come out and won again since.
It reads well, doesn't it? Because, yes, he was impressive again last Wednesday night, Music Edition. And Kaiying Legend, 7 starts for 3 seconds. He ran second to Styling City, over 1,000 as well earlier on in the season. So he's a horse that's got his fair share of ability. Blinkers first time will help.
Yeah, I found a spot for him in the race, because I think he's a horse who's running well, and his track work suggests that as well, that he's a happy horse at the moment. All
right, Piggins, the next one we'll have a look at, our likely favourite, I think, and this is him winning. He was beaten 2 starts back by Carefree Prince, but 3 from 6 this season, reads well.
Yeah, he's going well. He had the favours here, a lightweight and a good barrier, but got the job done in good time. A little bit more weight to carry, another 8 pound, and from barrier 3 out to barrier 8, so potentially a little more tricky in the initial stages for Moreira, but he's quite difficult to tip against. I think you'll get a fair bit of money floating around for a number of other runners because of the more weight and the wider barrier, but he shouldn't be far away.
Yeah, I'm going to side with him. I just think he's going so well at the moment, and he did win that race nicely enough. He beat those horses well.
Joe Moreira in the last. Grade 1. Another last start winner, claimed Aero Happiness is scalped, so he could give him a compliment earlier on in the afternoon.
Yeah, definitely. And prior to this, he ran second behind a really nice horse in Big Party. And look, it was a good win from him as well. I really like Hard Promise earlier in the day as well. So with him, I've got him in as the one to beat for Pickin. I've got this as the Quinella. Thought it was a really good run, and really he really knuckled down and got up in the last couple of strides.
Yeah, you can see Alkari not far away there. He's going really well, Grade 1. I tend to think he might be better at 12 as opposed to 1,400, even though he's won at this distance.
All right, favourite at this stage, probably no surprises, Paul, is Pickin.
Yeah, so I've got him on top, Pickin to beat Grade 1. I've got that as the Quinella in the last. Look, I'm going to put one in at a big price, which is Monster Carcar. He's only had the 1 start, but I thought he caught my eye on debut. He hit the line very strongly. The further the better for him, but he's going to stay at 1,400. But he'll get a nice run with Matthew Poon aboard from barrier 6. And we talked about Kaiying Legend. So 10, 11, 2 and 3. Happy to do exotics.
Fair enough. I'm going to take a stab in the dark here with Smart Leader. I made him the best last start, and he went to the valley, he charged forward, and he just wanted to get on with it. He was obviously revved up. He's had to go back to the trials. I thought he trialled OK. He's drawn 3. His run 2 starts ago was a really nice closing 5th behind Follow Me. I think if they can just get him to settle and drop his head, he could run a race here at a big price, and I presume he will be one after what happened at the Valley last start. What is he, only 9.6, so I'd probably want more than that, to be honest, judged on his effort last outing. But I'll tip him. on an each-way basis. Grade 1 picking, and like Paul, I think Monster Car went decent enough on debut, as did Flying Thunder, the toppy too. So 7, 11, 10, 2.
I've got Monster Car in as well, so maybe an each-way pick there. But yeah, Pickin is probably the one to beat in the last. As far as the stats are concerned, heading into this meeting, we're going to focus on our leading trainer this season, John Size. He's 5 away from a half century.
Like he's had 24 runners that have backed up and then they've won. Basically, they win again. So it just shows you how winners' horses are in good form. They go on with it. That's what the stat is highlighting. 24 runners with 11 wins, 4 seconds, 2/3 with a 46% win rate there. Waikuku's the one, Pickin's another one. They're both last start winners, those two horses. And they've both got big chances. I've got them both on top, so I think they can both run well again.
Yeah, he's got 9 runners at the card tomorrow, John.
Yeah. Waikuku, odds on. Is he your best bet for you, Paul?
No, he's not, but I think he'll win. But I'm going to go with a horse called Hard Promise. We should get a nice price because Aero Happiness, who is a John Size horse, with Joe Moreira will go. I should start favourite, but I think Sylvester de Souza, they leave him alone in front. He's a very hard horse to get past. We've seen that in a couple of replays in the show. Flying Moody, he's the big outsider. He's 50 to 1 at the moment. And he's had 3 starts here. This will be his 4th up. He's fit. And he steps up to 1,400 metres, which is his winning distance in Australia. So I think that looks ideal. He can go forward and sit outside the leader as well. So we'll do the play in that race. We'll take Flying Moody, Earth Trilogy, and Happy Force, who would be the other one on the pace. So 6, 10 and 14 for the Quinella place. Is the play.
Yeah, I don't mind that Earth Trilogy, the more I keep looking at him, but I'm going to side with Furore. I thought he was enormous in the Classic Mile. He ran 3rd in the Rosehill Guineas at 2,000, and ran in the AJC Derby as well at 1.5 miles, so the distance is not going to be an issue. Just, he's settled in really well, and I think 12 they can just drop back and come wide. He can win the Classic Cup. And Smart Leader, look, he's about 10 to 1 at the moment. You'd want that, I think, judged on his last effort, but prior to that he ran well, suggesting a win's close. I might even be able to find another one at a bit bigger price, but I'll take Furore as the banker in a Quinella with Dark Dream and Helene leading star in the Classic Cup. That'll do me.
I will be looking at King's Troop, who always my best bets on debut. Unfortunately, we've drawn down at the start, so I'm duty bound to go in again. But a trial since, I think he looks ready. So race 2, number 5, that's down the straight. Then race 5, number 11. So we'll have a crack at Waikuku. It'll be a very, very short price favourite. Pressure Ship, nice on debut behind Regency Legend, closed off well. Give him a big chance at a big price. And we'll go with Waikuku, King Opie and Pressure Ship in a QQP.
What price you got Waikuku down at, Andrew? Red figures?
Yeah, well, easily. Yeah. It'd be no bigger than 150.
Is this Waikuku?
Yeah.
Be 140, 150, won't he?
Right.
He looks like he's going to start. There's going to be a few odds on. Obviously, Beauty Generation will start short. He'll be $1.30, $1.40 as well, maybe even less, depending how much money goes on Beat the Clock. So there's a couple of odds-ons.
Puzzle will come together more after the Classic Cup and Waikuku's race heading to the Derby.
And the first 3 home, he gets preferential into the Derby
Thanks,
itself. All right, that's the show. Thanks for watching. On behalf of Paul, Brett and the rest of the team, hopefully we'll see you at Sha Tin on Sunday. We will be racing to win.
Good night.
Good night.